Yeah, so there I was, picking my son up from school, parked on the side of the road, across the street from the school, just minding my own business. I'm actually watching YouTube videos. I'm kind of zoned out. I'm just, focused on the screen, not paying attention. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, just bam! The whole car shakes. I'm thinking to myself, what in the world? I'm just parked. I'm just doing nothing. Earthquake? What's going on? Yeah, and then I look up and there's a Porsche SUV in my bumper. And I'm thinking to myself, what in the world? I'm just doing nothing, minding my own business. That's life, I guess. It's a bummer, but we're going to go over the entire experience today. So, yeah, the initial reaction, of course, is disbelief and all that kind of stuff, and anger, and why is this happening to me? And it's just annoying. It's just one of those life annoying things. But I will say this, it has restored my faith in humanity. I was completely blown away by the reaction of the person. And so there is a silver lining. There is a good side of this. They got out of their car. They were more than apologetic. They couldn't believe that they did this. They said they were sorry. We exchanged information. Luckily I had video of it. I hit I didn't hit the horn, but I hit the Sentry mode button, and I've got everything on video, as you've already seen. And so that side of me, I knew I was protected. It shows that I was parked in multiple angles from everything, from the cameras. And so we exchanged the information. Later in the day, their spouse called me and said, I've already set up a claim with Geico. Here's the number. Again, they were completely apologetic. They couldn't believe this happened, and they owned it. They took responsibility. Today's society, I am completely shocked by this reaction and very, very thankful. Yeah, it shouldn't have happened, but at the same time, they're making good. And so later I called Geico. That was actually my insurance as well, but this is not a claim on my insurance whatsoever. It's a different claim number, and they've already got the process going. And I actually, the same day, went and got a quote for the damage I'm about to show you and forwarded that to the responsible party. And they, didn't want to go out of pocket. So here we are. The good side, I guess, is I am going through a Tesla certified body shop. There's only one in my area, so I really didn't have much choice. And the reason I'm going with them is this is a lease, so I don't want to have any troubles at lease return saying it wasn't repaired properly or whatever. I'm going to say, well, I took it to your guys. So they get good reviews on Yelp anyway. I'd probably take it to them regardless. So let's take a look at the damage and what I'm going to do to prepare for the appointment and what they're telling me before I even take it in. Coming up later on in the video, I am going to let you know how much this cost, how long it took, and a few other takeaways that I wasn't expecting. All right, so the damage is basically minimal. In fact, I've been driving it without a problem for the last couple of weeks because I couldn't get in the appointment and stuff. We even took a trip up to San Jose. Full self-driving is completely working, but this is the damage right here. You can see on the bumper, it's just been kind of lifted up ever so slightly. It's very, very minor damage. And then there's another piece here that I think actually removed some paint. You can see it right there. And then down here, I believe the tow hitch of the Porsche SUV slammed into this part. You can see scratches here. This is actually broken. And I actually took apart this camera piece. It's held on by these two screws, very easy to take apart. And like all the plastic pieces inside that hold the camera in place are broken. So they told me that this plastic piece here, see there's the bumper lip right here. So this piece of plastic has to be replaced because of all the plastic things holding in the camera. So other than that, the body shop didn't think there'd be anything else. I showed them the video of the impact and all that stuff, and they said these bumpers are made to handle that kind of impact. Obviously, this is, superficial scratches and stuff. And honestly, if it wasn't a lease, I probably wouldn't even fix it. I wouldn't even go through the trouble because who cares? It's just a car. It's not a museum piece. I love these people who like to, bubble wrap their cars or whatever. And never drive them, and oh my God, there's a tiny little scratch, and you can barely see it. I mean, you got to come way up on it to see it. So there you have it. There's the damage, 2 little pieces there. They told me that they do have to remove the entire bumper, do their magic and fix it up. And the early days of Tesla, they would just remove the bumper, put a new bumper on, and call it a day. But I guess they're going to just fix this. And then the other part is the camera. And again, camera still works, still is fine. It's just kind of a little out of alignment there, you can see. But not really a factor for full self-driving. So that, didn't bother me too much. All right, so that's what happened. That's the damage involved. What am I going to do in the meantime to prepare for the body shop visit? I'm dropping it off on a Monday, 8 a.m. They did tell me that I should have it back by the weekend. So 5 days is what their estimate. It's minor. I mean, they pull the bumper off, do their paint magic, and put the camera piece on, and they're done. So I'm hoping that that's the case, and it's, under a basically work week, 5 days. But in the meantime, before my Monday visit, this is a Saturday, I'm going to go ahead and basically move out of this car and get everything of value into a plastic bin. Not necessarily because I don't trust the body shop, but because I want to have it in the car that I'm going to use. My old Model 3 is going to be the car I'm going to use in the meantime, and I want to have all my stuff just in case I need it. And I don't want it locked up in some body shop. And, whether it's an adapter or phone chargers or whatever, I'm just going to put it all into a bin. The other thing I'm going to do is charge it to probably 80 to 85%. I definitely don't want the battery depleting while it's on premises. I did notice like 4 Teslas when I showed up at this body shop, so they are completely aware of how Teslas are. Being a Tesla body shop, that's not surprising, so they should keep the charge running. I don't think with bumper damage they're going to need to be in the car or all that kind of stuff. So it's just a matter of if they accidentally leave a door open and the battery's got the AC's going and it depletes or whatever. I don't want the battery to go down to 0. So I'm going to turn off Sentry mode, charge it up to about 80-85%, and it should be fine throughout the week. Of course, we kind of forget this because on a day-to-day basis we don't use this thing, but they reminded me on the phone, bring a key card because I'm using my phone on a day-to-day basis. I almost never use the key card, so don't forget to bring the key card. If you've got multiple Teslas, make sure that the key card you are giving them actually works for the Tesla you are handing in. So in this case, yes, we are good to go, unless you watch one of my other videos where you set up your one key for all of your Teslas. Yeah, it works. Also, another tip, put your license plate on it. If they've got multiple Teslas in the shop, they're going to want to know exactly which key card goes where, and this makes it nice and easy for them. Completely unrelated to this accident, and basically my bad, I received some damage here on the lift gate. One night I was checking the app to see what the state of charge was and if I needed to plug in, and accidentally just brushed my finger over the trunk open button on the app, and it slammed into my garage. The door, because it was closed, it was parked and all that kind of stuff. So I kind of want to get an idea of how much this costs. I might just do that out of pocket. It seems silly to do insurance, but while it's there, I'm going to see how much that's going to cost, and I'll throw that in there as well. So, word to the wise, remove the trunk open button on your app if you park in garages. You really don't need it anyway. So it just took me a couple of minutes to unpack the car. I basically have all my small stuff in this small bin and my larger stuff in this bin. I got the tire compressor and vacuum, and obviously everybody has to have their easel for doing their YouTube videos, and CCS adapter and mobile adapter and all that kind of stuff is in the big one. I'll just keep it in here and then remove in. I'll put this in the Model 3 as I use it. That way I'll have all my stuff. Garage door openers and all that kind of stuff, just so you have it. J1772 adapter. And it'll be just as easy to put it back in this car after it's done. All right, so I am here at Patterson's Collision Center in Santa Clarita, California. I am going to check out my car for the first time. I just settled with them with the Geico stuff, and there is the car. Check it out. Oh, I think they washed it too. So you guys remember there was a dent there and a dent there, and you saw the photos that I showed you earlier of the inside of what this looks like. So they had to take off the bumper, repaint it, have everything look good. And what he told me was this camera is going to be brand new because this whole piece here is one. The plastic, along with the housing, along with the camera. They couldn't just order a camera, they had to order that whole plastic piece underneath here. And you can see here, right there. And then they told me they had to reprogram it. So because it was a new camera, they had to reprogram that front camera to work with this car. So just gonna check here on the sides here, everything looks nice and tight because this whole thing was just ripped off. They took it off to do the paint job. Also the front light bar was off, if you remember the photo. I could put that up on the screen as well. And everything looks the way it did. Looking pretty good. So if you're in the Santa Clarita area or northern LA County area, Patterson's Collision Center. It's the only Tesla approved body shop. Which brings us all the way back to right here. But now it's fixed. So you're probably asking yourself, all right, great. How much did this whole thing cost? Well, it costs about $1,600. If you round up, it's $1,600. It was fully paid for by Geico, which happens to be my insurance, but it was also the other party's insurance. But it was not on my account in any way. They filed the claim. I got the claim number from them. And in fact, when I called Geico, they didn't even know I was a Geico customer at that point because they were dealing with just that claim. And Geico paid 2 checks. By the way, hang on to any checks. Don't sign them. Don't deposit them into your account. Keep the checks. You sign them over to the body shop. They handle the rest. They were about $200 short from the checks that they Geico sent, to where the final total was because they had to fix this camera in a different way. So they said they will just take care of it through Geico. So again, if you get any checks from the insurance company, don't sign them, don't deposit them, just hang on to them and give them to the body shop. They will handle the rest. So about $1,600. And so what was the timeline? Because usually, you know, you run these things and you lose the car for X amount of time. Of course, Geico did offer me a rental car. I chose not to do the rental car. I didn't need it. I had a third car, which I'll get to in a second. So I brought it in Monday morning, 8 a.m., and I was already driving my car to lunch on Friday. So less than 5 days. And as you can see here, I'm showing you the, I drove by, I think, Wednesday just to see how things were going, just to see if they were working on it, that sort of thing. And take a look at this. It was really weird to see this without the bumper on it, but it did give me some insight. I was able to see inside or behind this cover, and all the foam was fine. There was nothing else bent. It was just superficial scratches that we had repaired on this bumper. A few of the takeaways that I wasn't expecting. So like I mentioned, I used my Model 3, my 2019 Model 3, as my around town car for that week. And I forgot how much I missed it. Not only did I miss driving the Model 3, it's so much fun to drive. It's just lower to the ground, it's sportier, it handles better. I love it in every other way. I got growing kids, so I needed the Y for the back seat and such. But the other thing I missed was full self-drive. I didn't know I would miss full self-driving as much as I did when I didn't have it. I found myself going, oh, geez, I got to drive all the way myself to this place. You know, sometimes I'll drive halfway, or I'll drive there and have FSD driving back. I use a combination of both because at the end of the day, I still like driving these cars. But those are kind of some of the interesting bits of things I missed when I lost this car. So obviously, everyone's experience is going to be different. Oh, and I got a survey from Tesla directly asking, how did you like our Tesla certified body experience? So somehow they knew, because I never told Tesla that I was taking this in. I went to my local Tesla certified body shop, which we only have one here in the Santa Clarita area. So I wanted to take it there because this is a lease and I've got the receipts and I've got proof that it was repaired properly by a Tesla shop or a Tesla certified shop. So there'd be no question when I go to return this as a lease that it was repaired to their specifications. So there you go, my repair situation. Yes, the accident shouldn't have happened, but that's why they're called accidents. and my faith in humanity has been restored somewhat. Very good to see that they took ownership of it, took responsibility of it. Not once did they falter, and their insurance company, which happens to be my insurance company as well, handled the whole thing. So that also was good to see. There you go. Thanks again for watching another video. I'll see you next time.